All right, ladies and gentlemen, terrific Tuesday. Let's hear some good news. Win of the week or a gratitude? Win of the week or a gratitude? Who wants to go?
My gratitudes are that I've got this new assistant. He is just like killing it with tech. And so it's nice to just have like stuff done, you know?
Oh, that's
That's a
sweet.
big
I
win.
love that. Yeah.
That's
Thank
a
you.
big win, and that's
Yeah.
an awesome
I
gratitude to
mean,
have.
we
And
had
it's
that avalanche of information about YouTube last couple weeks. So it's like getting some of this. I was also honestly getting a stress headache over it because it was so much information, right? Anyway,
yeah, yeah, no, you're right. You're right. And we're just at the tip of the iceberg. So it's one of those things, Butch, that yeah, let's get the help that we could help expedite some of these ideas and implement them. And like instead of it just being an idea, let's turn it into an ROI.
yeah, put it on a to-do list.
Let's go. A good one. Big winner, gratitude. Candace, Steve, or Mike. I see you, Mike. Glad you're here. Go for it,
Uh,
Candace.
um, so our condo market is quite saturated here in Calgary, but I listed my condo on Thursday and we got an offer on Saturday.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Nice. Congrats.
yeah,
Congrats.
it was a nice surprise
There you go.
yeah,
Yeah, things are still selling.
because
Good
I
to
warned
hear.
them it could be 3 months.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Any other big wins or gratitudes? Congrats, Candace.
Thank
I'll
Win or
uh, I'll
gratitude.
play I'll play off of Candace because I had a condo that went pending a couple weeks ago, and one of the people I showed it to decided to work with me on the buying side, so they just went pending on another condo yesterday.
Okay.
So I can still sell them. I can still help people buy them. Life is good.
There you go. There you go. Good. Another big win or gratitude. Jonathan, Robert, welcome. Mike, go for it.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. I'll tell you what, I went to the Tom Ferry it's the Edge in
The
Las
Vegas,
Vegas.
Vegas,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it was amazing, man. It was so good. And you know what's crazy is like there were so many things that I'm doing, but yet I saw there's so many things that I'm not doing. And I'm like, holy cow. And I think there's a few things that really resonated with me, and that's implementing AI is something I'm going to really implementing AI more. I'm still doing. I have been doing AI, but not to the extent where I need to. I love the whole thing about, hi, this is Robert's AI, and I want to give you a quick tip for today, those type of things. And so, I'm learning some new apps. And so I took one of my team members with me, and we sat right in the front row and just soaked it all in. It was amazing. And what's crazy is that while I was doing the workshop, the a buyer said, "Hey, I want to buy this house for it was just under $2 million." I'm like, holy cow. Okay, I'm in a workshop right now. I'm in the front. I'm in the front row. So I emailed my assistant back home and I said, hey, put the offer together. And we literally, in between, like I was listening to Tom the whole time. And there was a few text messages I had to send, but I had my iPad with me because I take my iPad to take notes all the time. So I was taking notes the whole time. So every once in a while, I had to scoot into the chat session and say, okay, I need you to do this. I need you to do that. Sold a $2 million house while I was sitting there in front of Tom Ferry and
There
learned
you go.
so much and sold the house all cash, no contingencies, closing in a couple of weeks. And I'm going to be meeting them today at 10 a.m. to list their house. So that all happened while I was at
Beautiful.
Tom Ferry and while I was sitting in the
Beautiful.
front row. So if that's not a win, I don't know what is a win. you know? Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
There you go. There you go. Good job, Robert.
Thank
Big
you.
win. All
Thank
right,
you.
Mike, I think I saw you come off mic. I think you wanted to share. Go for it, Mike.
Yes, my win of the week is I started implementing doing more open houses myself instead of having, my team members do it, and I picked up an all cash buyer that wants to go out today actually this evening and purchase something for around 800,000 here in the Southern California market. So I think I'm gonna continue to do open houses. Um, yeah, I usually divvy the open houses out to my team members, so they can pick up clients and buyers. But I decided after our coaching session to, start doing it myself, and it's paying off.
Congratulations, Mike. Way to go. Way to go.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I was just talking to Jonathan earlier this morning. Andy C, guys, his go-to to open houses farming. He makes over 1 million a month, guys. 1 million a month. All right. Find your sweet spot. What do you really like? Here at Tom Ferry, there is no wrong way, guys. There is no wrong way. His dad, which was the school I came from originally, prospecting, right? Calls, door knocking. We didn't even believe in open houses. The other guy here in my town, Carlsbad, Brian Buffini, pop buys, work your database. Here at Tom Ferry, there is no wrong way. So we're trying to figure out what's your sweet spot and let's 10x. Let's 10x. So good job, guys. Great shares. Anybody else? A big winner gratitude. Another big winner gratitude. Sonny, welcome.
So I had a listing. I was expecting it to take some more than 2, 3 weeks. We discussed about that, right? Because some of those issues specifically for that particular house. But surprisingly, it just went before even getting to the open house. So I was in the open house first day, and I got an offer the same day, and it was so great, awesome number, non-contingent, more than asking price. I was so surprised. And then at the end of the open house, I got two more offers. So we picked one.
Wow.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Open houses, guys. That's a clue. That's a clue. We want to make sure that we do that. All right. So, any other last win or gratitude? Another win or gratitude. Again, focus goes, energy flows, results show. So, I want you to really work on this mindset every single day. All right. Not just once a week when we talk here. No, every single day. It's like going to the gym every single day. If you go to the gym every single day, you're going to get stronger. Your mental toughness should be the same. Get this mentally strong. All right. All right, let's jump into it. Today, I know there's a lot of different topics we could talk to about, especially talking to some of you one on one. What's the topic you guys want to talk about today? Any hot top priorities? Go for it.
I have a generic question. I don't know, should I ask here or
Go for it.
maybe.
Go for it. Throw it out there, Sonny.
So, in my brokerage team, I have got a couple of people they're planning on doing the teams within the brokerage, right? I didn't have that before, but they're planning on doing it. So, as a broker, when we get the commission from the escrow, should I have to know those teams split within their team and who sends the check? Is
That's
the
a
broker?
great question. Those are all great questions. Do you have more? Because there's like two questions right there. Was there more?
No, that's a main question I have.
Okay, okay. All right. Anybody want to answer? Go for it, Steve.
Yeah, so Sonny, this is how we operate with our team and under a brokerage as well. And so when we have a transaction, we submit our conveyancing form to the brokerage, and it shows who are the agents that are part of the transaction and what percentage of the commission are they getting. So, and it could change from transaction to transaction, but we just put that on that conveyancing form, and then the brokerage pays each agent directly.
Okay, that's my question. So
Yeah,
broker pays to the not to the lead of the team, but the team within the team we should be knowing as a broker should be knowing, hey, what is the split between the team and the broker pays individually according to the split within the team, correct?
exactly. Yeah, so the brokerage pays each of us separately according to the split that's indicated on the conveyancing form.
Gotcha. Because
Yeah,
the team member was telling me, the team lead was saying that, hey, don't worry about, we have a split going on, so I can't allow them to do that, right? It's broker responsibility to make the payment.
100%, Sonny. 100%.
well,
You're the
it's
broker.
and it depends on how you set up that agreement with your agent as well. How you're going to let them set up the team in your brokerage. And so, because in Alberta, commissions can only be paid by the brokerage, right? I don't know how it is in California. And so I think you have to look at your state regulations as well and how you're going to pay that out.
Bingo. Great,
Yeah.
great answer, Steve. Great
Yeah.
answer. Yeah, Sonny, as a broker, know everything. Know everything. Okay. See the agreements. In California, you have even unlicensed aid assistants, have the ICAs, have the wind forms, have everything. There's a reason why my license is squeaky clean. After 30 years, there's not a blemish. Yeah,
Mhm.
probably reviews, those are opinionated, but my license, 30 years, not a blemish. Okay. So run it like that because when I started, and some of you are newer, one of the things that my mentors told me, he goes, Joe, you know what you just got when I got my license? I go, what? He goes, you got an unlimited lottery ticket, an unlimited lottery ticket. And I took that to heart. And I was like, wow, it'll make me millions. And he was right. And so if you treat it as such, and that's your belief system, you will make millions upon millions upon millions, just like better than a lottery ticket. I don't know who this number is. Let me make sure. Um, 213, who's that? This is a private group. Just want to make sure
It's one of
213.
my team members. I told them to join.
Okay, cool. Thanks. Thanks, Mike. All right. So yeah, so treat it as such. Have all that stored because you never ever want to get your license revoked, suspended, and then also your E&O. Make sure you have your E&O all set. Okay.
Gotcha. So all the team members' contract, I should be no, I should be
Oh,
having.
100%. Get a
Right.
copy. Yeah. Yeah. Because you want to know who's under your umbrella.
Gotcha.
Okay. Because if you got this one shady agent that's building a team, well, guess what? I've been in court and are you the broker? Yes. I'm like, crap. That's all the
Mhm.
judge had to say. Right. So yeah, yeah, but it's one of those things.
Good to know. Thank you.
Okay. They're gonna go after the deepest pockets, which is you.
Gotcha. Yep.
Okay. All right, great question. Another question, comment, anything, guys. This is mastermind, so anything, everything goes. Go for it.
I have one more question.
Go for it.
For the YouTube, I know a lot of people, after the Levy's discussions, and I think everybody's doing that. I have trouble. One thing is when we make the long form, do you guys use any teleprompter? Like for me, I don't have that much of memory to talk for 10 minutes. We discuss about that. Do you guys use teleprompt or like, how do you
Who uses a
remember?
teleprompter? That's a great question. Who uses
I
teleprompter?
I started to, but then I kept getting all fumbled and it felt scripted. So I have a big like dry erase board I stick behind the camera and I just do bullet points of the
Hmm.
things I need to cover.
I
It
use
just works.
I use a teleprompter.
What kind of teleprompter, Robert?
Well, I use the it's the app that it's the captions app, and so it has a teleprompter. And mind you, I did TV and radio for 15 years, and
Wow.
so I used to do a radio show 2 hours a day, 5 days a week in the Bay Area, and so I consider myself versed on on just speaking when I need to speak. But I'll tell you what, there's nothing better than getting it down perfectly. And I think you need to practice behind a teleprompter. I hear what you're saying because at first you will sound like you're rehearsed and it doesn't look authentic or sound authentic. But I think you need to just reread that script, have fun with it, smile, and and just you get your personality into it, and don't do it. You don't have to be exact as what they say. But I use this teleprompter for many of my reels that I'm starting to put together, and they come out actually pretty good because the way the captions app has it, is that you're reading it, but the angle of your phone makes it look like you're looking right into the camera. And I like it personally. So yeah, it's worked well for me.
Thank you. Great question, Sonny.
So,
Yeah, so see, two different schools of thought, Butch and Robert.
Well,
And
I
I've
feel like
done
I'm just convinced now to go use the teleprompter again.
I've done
Yeah,
both. I've done
yeah.
both. And now, Sonny, I a lot of it, if you go on my YouTube, I'm just going. Okay.
Hmm.
And if you haven't ever taken Toastmasters, guys, and you're having trouble with speeches, presentations, I highly, highly recommend
Recommend it.
Toastmasters.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really wonderful tool to be able to speak to people in an audience where they're all there for the same reason. It really helps flush all those things out and get immediate feedback.
Yeah.
so So, Robert, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Normally, I don't have a camera. I use my cell phone, right? iPhone.
Right.
Yeah.
So when I do that, again, I have reading glasses, right? So I don't have a 20/20 eyesight. Now, normally when I take a video, I take my glasses off, right? So now I have to put that glasses on. That's another thing, and then I have to read. It will be very small, and sometimes they have a speed. If I correct me if I understand correctly, the speed. So sometimes
Yeah.
when you give a pause, how do you again? Is a practice is what I want to do, and what application do you use? Those are the two
I use the
questions.
Captions app. The Captions app is the one I use, and I could tell you, Sonny. Let me tell you, I run into that issue all the time in terms of like sometimes I speak a little too fast, and I'm waiting for the next line, and I'm like, oh shoot, I spoke a little too fast. So it's going to take every time you do one, it takes me 5 to 10 takes many times to get it perfect because of um, the speed. I have to adjust it because sometimes it's too fast, sometimes it's too slow. But I think
Hey,
after the third or fourth time, you've already mastered what you're going to be saying, so it makes it so much easier. You
now
know,
there's a caption app out there that will follow your
yep,
so it'll speed up and slow down depending on how your eyes are reading.
really, okay,
Yeah, and then to your next point, Sonny, there are ring lights that have holders for both the phone, the camera, as well as the iPad, and it's all mounted right there. So if you get the caption piece going on your iPad, it'll follow your retina, and then it will also capture everything anyway. It's just all in one column. It's much easier.
Hmm,
That's a
interesting.
great idea, Butch.
yeah. Thanks, Butch. I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah,
Spend
Yeah,
enough
this
money,
is
there's stuff out there for you.
yeah,
bingo.
that's awesome. Thank you.
So maybe you
I
guys can
do.
help me with this because
I,
I'm my local and or the designers in the United States are giving me some crazy pricing when it comes to editing and just
Mhm.
doing the layers of content that Levi was putting on his videos. How are you sourcing your VAs or folks that can edit out of state or wherever? How do you even begin interviewing and finding them?
Who are you asking, Butch?
I guess anybody out there who's creating content for YouTube or whatever format they're using.
Butch, I'm actually researching it right now
Okay.
because I'm at the point where this is such a great topic and great question. Thank you. Because I was up last night at 3:30 in the morning just because I get up sometimes. I just get up and it's just
Yeah.
crazy. Me and my wife's like, what are you looking at? I'm like, well, don't, the good thing is I'm not looking at porn. I'm looking at how to make more money. You know what I mean? So, but basically, I've been researching that a lot, and I have a couple of different places that I'm checking out, and I'll report back to the group next week because I have meetings with two different agencies that will do that, and they charge you like per month, unlimited reels. Like you could do 20 to 30 reels
Wow.
per month,
Awesome.
and yeah, but it's some of it's like $400 a month, some of it's $900 a month. It just depends. But I'm going to research that and I'll report back to the group next week. But
That sounds amazing. Thank
yeah,
you.
because what you see, here's my goal, and I know that this exists. This is something food for thought for you guys. If you just like, or you're on there and you're creating content constantly, you batch up a bunch of content, and from what I understand, and I know I've talked to enough people, you create the content and you just send it to them, and then you tell them, look, I want you to do a reel on the following, and this is what I want it to
Yeah.
contain, and that is powerful because if you just do that, let them be creative, and then let them put together a 45 second to 1.5 minute reel. I find that reels that are too long don't do well unless it's like a little documentary or something that we because I do some of those on occasion, but um, there are services that do that. If anybody else has looked them up, gosh, I'd love to hear it. But you're right up my alley right now, Butch, because I'm actually doing that, and I will give you guys an awesome report next week.
Okay, and I'm doing the same thing.
Uh huh.
I'm interviewing a group today at 4
Uh
Eastern,
huh.
and so I'll probably have a better idea of where they land. I was just going to throw them a project and see how they came
Uh
out with
huh.
it, and then
Yeah.
use Levi's as sort of like the base of
Yeah.
inspiration, and just see what they do.
Yeah.
And then
Beautiful.
I'm trying to like to your point. I mean, I think it was getting a bit pricey, so I'm looking at this on pricing it per month. So I would
Yeah.
want to do at least two of these long format videos, yeah, twice a week for the month. So anyway, I'm thinking that's how I'm going to approach my negotiation with them on the pricing
Hmm.
rather than per video.
Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm
So
looking to
what I
do
would
also.
recommend, go on that website I put in the chat, guys. All right. Some of you know the story because you know how busy I'm getting. And I asked myself, I coached myself, I go, dude, how do I outsource this? How do I just
Yeah.
get this off my plate? And that website that I put in the chat, it was a late night Sunday. I'm laying in bed thinking about my business, thinking about the stuff to do. I went on that website. I put my job out there. Within 1 hour, I got almost about 40 responses.
Wow.
Out of the 40, I go, okay, I like this guy, this guy, this guy. I'm going to throw some, shoot me. Okay, send me a sample. That was my response. That was my message. Show me what you can do. I had about six. Out of the six, I like three within less than an hour, guys. Within less than an hour, I had my ad. I had 40 applicants. I narrowed it down to three, and I had one hire, and I hired her within 1 hour
Wow.
from that website. From that website. And so it's not that easy, I'll tell you that, but it's easy because I've been doing VAs since 2008. Okay, a company, a media company, a video company, they're all kind of doing the same thing. They're outsourcing. Okay. What I just showed you and shared with you is cutting out the middleman. And for fractions, guys, you use that website, you're going to find somebody less than $6 an hour. Less than
Wow.
$6 an hour. People are charging you $100 per video
They
edited.
are. Yeah.
I'm going to get mine done on my cell phone. I'm going to get it edited and I'm going to stretch my dollar. And so should you, because I
Yeah.
would rather use that on pay per click and promoting that video. Go for it, Candace. You're going to say something.
Yeah, I agree with you, Joe. That's what our team does. We outsource. So we hired our VA through this company, and all of our VAs are in the Philippines. And yeah, we pay like $6 US, and they're phenomenal, and they're the most loyal people ever. And they work so hard. And we have one project manager and then one concierge, and they both do our social media. Judy currently is taking our like videos and she's editing it for us. So we just give her everything and then she puts it together the way that we ask her to, and then she gives it to Diana, and Diana puts it up on YouTube for us, and then our other social media, and that's all they do full time. Is their
Outsource,
social
guys,
media. Yeah.
outsource. Just an FYI on the side too. On top of that, I completed a ebook. It's on Amazon right now. I just completed it. I'm finishing a printed book that I wrote, and it's going to be printed. I'm finalizing it. It's going to be probably done within a week. I'm getting so much more done, guys, because of AI and outsourcing. Okay, you're going to get so much more if remember, like I was coaching somebody earlier today about that. And just remember the formula, guys. It's all about what I'm about to show you. Actually, they changed the Zoom setup. I can't figure it
Don't
out.
you love technology?
But anyway, behind me, remember, grow the
Yep.
team. Grow the team, hire the assistant. Grow the team, hire the assistant. You're not the chief everything officer. You're not the chief everything officer. Even if you're on a team, there's ways to delegate, outsource. There's AI, there's VAs. Okay. I want you to think about that. Now, I think I saw Mike, you were going to say something too, Mike. You unmuted yourself. Were you
I
going to
think
say
I
something?
missed the price that she said for the concierge and the lady that's editing. I was just trying to hear that.
Cheap.
All I heard was USD.
So Judy is our project manager. We pay her a little bit more. So we pay her $8 US.
$8 an hour
Yeah.
off of the site that Joe's talking about.
No, we use a different company. Um, I can't remember the name of the company, but we've used them to hire all of our VAs.
Got you.
And so they do, like, you pay through them, but then the VAs do like a split with that company.
So they're a middleman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got
I did the same thing, guys. Like I hired somebody, he's been on my staff for probably 4 months right now. So we're building funnels, lead magnets, triggers, workflows, and I used a company. So I don't always go direct. Sometimes if I'm like, I want to save time, I don't know that market. So I found somebody in Pakistan, all over the world, guys. This is a global economy. Okay. For somebody in the Philippines, $5 an hour, if you pay them direct, they are sitting pretty. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, believe it or not. Okay. If you're paying 15, ooh, I had somebody I was coaching direct, man, they're living the celebrity lifestyle. So believe it or not, guys, believe
No,
it or not.
it's pretty funny.
So be careful. I mean, know these numbers because it's all relative. Go ahead, Candice.
So the Steve said the company we use, they're called Sphere Rockets.
Oh yeah, they're decent. They're decent.
Yeah,
Sphere Rocket. Yeah. There's some
Thank
companies,
you.
guys, I would not trust. There's some companies I like. Sphere Rocket, yeah, I haven't heard anything really bad about them. This is part of the mastermind. You want to make sure you kind of get those shortcuts. Go for it,
yeah,
Candace.
and they vet them for us first. So you tell them what you're looking for, and then they vet the applicants, and then they set up the interviews, and they'll have like maybe 5 people that you'll interview, and then they put them in like waiting rooms, and then when the first applicant comes up, you interview them, and then you put them in holding if you like them, and then you just go through the process that way. And all of our VAs were hired that way, and we've had them for over 3 years now, or actually 4 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, these
Wow.
companies, there is the good ones, they are earning their right to collect that money. And part of it is the vetting out process, systems, trainings, tools. So there are some good companies. Sphere Rocket, one of them. I like Summit VA. Summit VA. They're also a sponsor with Tom, but I actually happen to know them before Tom connected with them. So I know them for a lot of years. I used God. There's a bunch, guys. So just do your interview. If you're like, I don't have the time, I don't have the patience. Get a middleman. If you're
So
like, go for it.
and can I throw this out there that if anybody wants to like partner up on finding some of these people, it sounds like we're going to be approaching many of the same projects from a same perspective. So if we want to take on different subjects and maybe crowdsource this kind of thing, I mean, that would be awesome. And right now I'm just looking at, well, a lot of things, but I guess right now it's the designing the YouTube with the different layers and things that Levi was doing. So if anybody wants to partner up with me on that, let me know.
That was a great ask, Butch. Yeah,
Okay.
teamwork makes the dream work, guys.
Can I ask a
One of
question?
my
Oh, God. Sorry.
favorite sayings, remember this, guys. Alone, you're going to run fast. Together, you're going to go far. Okay, stop being a maverick. Even Lone Ranger had Tonto. Okay, go ahead, Robert. You're going to say something.
Yeah. I've been approached by, people call you for AI, I'm sorry, virtual assistants. In a nutshell, what does a virtual assistant do? Like, I don't, I don't want to take too much time from you on that, but like, what is your experience of why do you use a virtual assistant for what
So,
tasks?
virtual assistant, the reason why there's many. Number one, virtual assistant could be somebody in your local marketplace. It doesn't need to be out of the country. Virtual assistants means you're going to 1099 or pay a flat fee. So now you don't have to worry about insurance. They're not in your office. There's no liability. You don't have to worry about that nightmare litigation stuff. So there's a lot of reasons how you use VA and what it means. Virtual assistant overseas is either they're what we call a freelancer. They have no company. So the website I put in there are freelancers. They aren't under an umbrella of a company. When you have an umbrella of a company, a virtual assistant company, they're going to pay typically half or less. So if they're charging 8 to 15, they're paying the assistant half of that, so $4 or 750. The other half is to them to run the business, to train their team, to do the marketing, etc. And that's kind of like the, quick and easy what VA companies and assistants are about.
And the tasks that they do, like, what do they do? Do they, I mean, they obviously don't run through your file because we want our TC to be doing that. But what other things do they do? Like, do they put,
Oh, so anything you could think of, Robert. Anything you could think of. So, like, there's two big websites out there, Fiverr and Upwork. Fiverr and Upwork. That's two other sources. And believe it or not, on Upwork, the sophistication level, there's people charging 300 an hour.
mhm,
Okay, depending on the country, the level of sophistication, the level of work. Fiverr is more $5 an hour, $5 a project. And then the other one that I gave you, I mean, you could get them as low as $1.50, $2 an hour.
mhm. I'm just trying to think of what I would use one for, like, because I
Oh,
have
anything.
assistants.
Honestly,
Yeah.
Anything,
Robert, I've had
everything.
people build my
Give me an
website.
example. Okay, there you go.
I had somebody build my website here in the
Uh-huh.
US, 3,000. I had them build it for 300. My book editing over here would have been 300 an hour. I got somebody like 30 bucks an hour. So I'm writing a book. I'm almost done with it. Um, um, my podcast. I had somebody did my intro outro. That was a VA. Okay, anything you could data scraping. You want
Okay.
somebody? I'm trying to get one of my clients to listen. I'm like,
Mhm.
dude, get your assistant, your VA, because he's data scraping. I'm like, dude, that's
Yeah.
like a $5 an hour job.
Yeah.
VA, right?
Yeah.
Anything, accounting, QuickBooks, you name it. Seriously, Robert, anything.
That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
Candace, go
So,
for it.
how we approached it is because of our team concept, we wanted the VA to help us so then we can have our agents be more in front of the clients instead of being boggled down with paperwork. So we have a listing coordinator. So she does all of the listing paperwork, plus she broker loads for all of our agents. So then our agents aren't sitting in front of the computer for an hour or so broker loading their own listing. And then we have a transaction VA, and he deals with all of our sales. So any paperwork that they do, we send the paperwork to Jess, and he deals with all of the transactional side of it. And then we also have it set up where, you want to follow up with your client, or you want once it closes that deal, he sends them an email automatically to give them the lawyer information, what you have to do now to prepare for the lawyers. So it's a big checklist that now we don't have to do ourselves because our VA is doing all that stuff for us. So then we're more in front of the clients instead of being on the computer all the time doing paperwork that we can pass on to one of the VAs to do. So that's what we use
Wow.
VAs for. And then we have a client concierge. So she's like a client care. So she does all the updates to with our sellers to give them market updates, showing updates that we do. Like, so yeah, everything that we don't want to do as agents, we pass it on to the VAs. And we
That's
built a whole
awesome.
system around that. So then our
Yeah.
agents are always in front of the clients and not stuck behind the computer.
Mhm.
So Candice, I have a question for you, right? So the one which you gave me, the VA company, everything you have one project manager, she knows everything and she delegates to different VA, or you manage different VAs
Our
separately.
office manager manages the VA. So
Got you.
yeah, so she does a video with them every week just to catch up with them and see if they need help with anything. The training is through Steve and I, so we do the training. If there's something new that we want to bring to the VAs, then we'll train them. But other than that, like they're pretty self-sufficient.
Look at this whiteboard, guys. Robert, this is how you want to build it. You want to go really, really big. This is the model right there. And every company in America that's doing something great, you could do the same thing as a real estate agent. You're the CEO. You want to have your admin, your backbone, your sales. Okay. And there's an ISA, OSA, agent, buyer agent. I like the SEAL Team Six. You guys heard me before, maybe three admin, three sales. One of them has to be you, should be you. But if you want to go really, really big, you make it rain right here. Your job, rain maker, period. Okay. Tom Ferry, that's his job. He's a rainmaker. He did the Edge in Vegas to make it rain. He wants more coaching clients. He wants more people at the summit. That's why he's going city to city to city. Tom's a rainmaker. I want you to think bigger, guys. If you really want to go big, think that. Go for it, Jonathan.
I just want to ask something because actually the way I do it is very similar to Candace and Joe helped me to hire my first VA actually almost 6 years ago. I think at the time we are going through a Riva Global. And then anyways, but I'm not going through them right now. But the way we organize ours is very similar to Candace. But there's also so this is what I learned recently too, is actually most VAs, especially in the Philippines, they actually have a network there too. So you can actually go through your existing VA to find talents overseas because they kind of have like a their own Facebook group or whatever they use over there. So I'm actually in the process of attracting talents over there through my VA because they speak the language. I don't want to work them directly. I just want to work my current assistant, and then she can manage them. So that's kind of the direction I'm going with right now.
Thanks for the input. Yeah, good. Great discussion, guys. Any other questions? Go for it. Throw it out there. Welcome, Rachel, Doug, Vanessa. Glad you're here. Morphia, Lou. Questions? Anything? Throw it out there, guys. All right. Who knows Summer? Who knows Summer? Raise your hand. Yes. One, two.
What do you mean by
Guys,
summer? Is that a person or the
yeah, yeah. So if you were at the elite retreat, you know who Summer is. If you don't, she's going to be here next week.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Right.
Reach out to her. Just say hello. But we're going to be talking about TikTok. All right.
Oh,
She's going to
nice.
be our special guest. She has over 200,000 find about love or something in Indiana. Look her up. She's a killer, and she's got a massive team. She does heavy production. She's looking to scale more, systematize more. She'll be here. So any questions you could think of, write them down. She'll be here. And I welcome that. I welcome anybody who has a special topic. Jonathan, maybe we'll talk about it next week or the following week. But anytime you guys want to share, I believe sharing is caring. And that's how we get stronger as a group is sharing is caring. You know, the more you give, the more you're going to get.
Yep, I agree. Full heart. I mean, 100%.
Good, 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 good. Anybody else? Who's using Claude?
Not yet. It's on.
Okay.
Starting.
It's coming.
I heard Claude 3 times in the past 24 hours. Jonathan was one, my other coaching client in Idaho Falls, and they were showing me stuff that blew my mind. So guess what I'm going to be working on this week?
Claude. Can you tell me, Joe? Can you tell me, Joe, what are the things that blew your mind about Claude? Because I saw it, and when we were at the retreat last, or not the retreat, but whatever the meeting was last week. Obviously, Tom talked about it quite a bit. What? And this is a really dumb question. How does that differentiate from ChatGPT? What does Claude do? Is it
Jonathan, you want to
similar?
speak on that? Because you've been playing around with it.
So Claude provides a better visual and finished product. ChatGPT for me is kind of like my brain, but my brain is not very organized. But once I get things into ChatGPT, so ChatGPT organize my thoughts, and then I give that directly to Claude, and I tell Claude to, hey, I want to make a presentation out of this. This is my content, and Claude does it, and it's very visual. You play with it. You can create websites, flyers. I actually, after my call with Joe earlier, I was telling Claude to create me a what's that called? The YouTube cover. That's why I was like,
Yeah.
uh,
Thumbnail.
yes, actually cover, not a
Oh,
thumbnail.
the cover. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So it's very visual. The output is a lot prettier. So it's more like a finisher. ChatGPT is probably going to like a middle person. And then if you use Gemini or Perplexity, they are going to be the beginning of the process. The Gemini and Perplexity is going to be better for research, most likely. And then you use your research and put them into ChatGPT and ChatGPT into Claude.
Great question, Robert. These questions you guys ask, that's how you level up. And that's the magic of the mastermind. The magic of the mastermind is determined by the quality of the questions you ask and your participation level. Okay, some
Yeah.
people love this more than the one-on-one sometimes.
Right.
I'm cool with it, but not every coach does this as well. So this is
Love
the
this.
power of our group and our ecosystem. Then of course, you got Tom Ferry. So when
Yeah.
you Tom Ferry and me and what you know, man, you start leveling up more and more and more. And we're only in Q1, guys. So whether you had a slow start or a fast start, this is what I tell my kids all the time. It's not how you start, it's how you
Finish.
bingo. That's right,
Love it.
Robert.
I love
You
it.
you got a great start, man. So let's make sure we finish strong too, okay, Robert?
Absolutely. I mean, this is to me, it's worth every penny. Just what I've been, just the past couple 3 weeks here, and it's just like there's so much that you and I are able to talk about on a personal level, which is really cool, in our meetings and so forth. But there's a lot of things that we get stuck. Kind of going in circles or living in a square box thinking that this is all there is. It's like when I was a kid, all I ate was beans and hamburger. And when I ate hamburger, it was a great day. And then when I got into real estate and one day I tried filet mignon and I ate lobster for the first time, I was like, what is this? You know what I mean? Obviously don't eat that every day, but I'm just saying when you learn and you see what else is out there, this is what I'm experiencing these past 3 weeks of this coaching. Just I'm learning stuff that I love Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs, people will talk about, like, well, he wasn't a nice guy, whatever. I don't get into that. I love how he would say, we want to build something that people want before they know they want it. You know what I mean? And that's what I feel like being in these sessions, I'm learning things that I never knew that I wanted until I've experienced them. And so I'm learning, like, the Tom Ferry meeting was mind blowing. And we came back and I was talking to Bahar and she's like, okay, first of all, you don't need lead generation. You need lead management because our phones go crazy. And I'm like, no, you're wrong. I do need more leads because, we just means we need to hire more and just build a bigger team.
Infrastructure.
But
Yep.
gosh, I'm learning so much, man. This is pretty amazing. So I'm loving it so far. Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm laughing, Robert, what you just said, because for me it was spam and corned beef.
Yeah. There you go. Right? I
I
mean,
know, man.
we had the WIC program, so we were, and I'm not ashamed to say it, but as a kid, we were so poor we couldn't pay attention, right?
Oh,
I couldn't even
I can
afford a
relate.
middle name, yeah. And so,
Yeah, yeah,
you learn and you
yeah.
get hungry, and I'm still hungry at 61 years old. I'm super hungry.
Amen.
Yeah, I just
Amen.
want, yeah. So it's pretty awesome. This is a great opportunity. I love what you said about like when you get your license, this is your license to make the big bucks, and that's really the truth. And then at the end of the day, you look in the mirror, and you are what you will create. In other words, if you're struggling, you can't blame anybody else. You can't blame the market. I had a conversation with my assistant today, and we have a property that's been in the market for like 24 days. And I said, it's kind of like the market. The market right now is weird because of the Iran crisis and the war and everything. She's all, stop talking about the market because we're selling everything else. There's something wrong with that house. I'm like, holy shit, my assistant just taught me something. You know what I mean? It's true.
Yeah.
She's all, stop talking to the market because everything else you're selling, this one's not selling. You're going to blame the market on this one, but not on
Yeah.
everything else. And I looked at myself and I'm like, oh my God, this girl just taught me a lesson. You know what I mean? And she just started 2 weeks ago. So it's true.
That's a keeper. That's a
Yeah,
keeper, Robert.
That was a good
absolutely.
choice.
Yeah, yeah.
All
So,
right, guys.
yeah,
Got to wrap it up. Great mastermind, guys. Great
yeah.
mastermind next week. Again, if you do know Summer, reach out, send her some love, and yeah, welcome to her to the presentation next week. Have an incredible week, guys.
Thanks, buddy. All right.
If anybody
I'll see
wants
you
to,
next.
Bye.
if
Thank
anybody
Great
you.
wants
job.
to
Great job.
collaborate on some VAs, let me know. I'll miss next week, but we can reach out, outside of this.
How do I get your information? How do
Put it in
we?
the chat
My
real quick. Put it in the chat, Butch, and
or my
I'll give it
my
1 minute.
Instagram is Butch It Up. We can
There you
chat
go.
on Insta.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll get you and book
Awesome.
it up. Sounds good.
Butch
Thanks,
It Up.
man.
All
Thanks,
right.
I'm
guys.
gonna
All right.
message you too on Insta.
Okay.
There
Okay.
we go, Mike. Way to go.
See you guys.
You guys.
Okay. Okay. Bye.
Bye.